everyone, welcome back to Where in the Herd is Tiffany. On today's channel, we are going to be taking you to New Orleans, Louisiana, or New Orleans. And we are going to be talking about the hostel. I know people are scared of hostels, but this was actually one of the best hostels that I've stayed in America. And that's saying a lot because I usually don't stay in that many domestically. So yeah, come on, let's go. Let me tell you all about it. It was called the HI New Orleans Hostel. So right here we have the wall where they show you self-guided tours. I actually did not take advantage of this opportunity, but the information is there for you, which I think is cool. Next up on this wall is called staff picks. So these are basically staff at the hostel, and they are recommending like various restaurants and things to do while in New Orleans. And I actually did take Vince's pick at a crab place. This is the grab and go station where they have snacks. I was hungry one night and did get some Cheez-Its. And I think it was actually a little bit cheaper than the store. They have some medicine if you need it. And if you ever get thirsty, grab you something to drink. This table, I sat there so many of nights. I love the decor here. People were up playing pool. This just happened to be a very, very quiet night. You have the opportunity to sit on the couch. They have board games on the wall. And this section is games and books. Again, I did not take opportunity of these things because there's so much to do. But I like that they offer them. Again, more things to do at the hostel. And look, they have an ATM machine. Never had to use the ATM machine, but if you're like a foreigner, I think you would probably need it. But in America, we have our cards and stuff like that. That is the cafe where I ate some delicious cauliflower. Here you have a water station and there are bathrooms in there. Look at this decor. So cool. Those wallpaper out of Life magazines. So if you're downstairs, you don't have to go back up. You can actually use the bathroom downstairs. Of course, they have recycling. I just love all the little chair setups that they have. I think it's really cool. Again, these are more things to do in New Orleans. This room right here is a locker room. So let's say, for example, your room wasn't ready, you are able to put your stuff in the locker. And if you have a luggage, I just kept my luggage outside but locked up my valuable personables in the locker. And it's all electronic, which is cool. I really like that. Again, this is the front of the hostel. So this is your desk. This is where you would check in when you first arrive. And then now I'm just giving you like a panoramic view of the entire hostel. Hope you enjoyed this front desk. So let me tell y'all why I was even in New Orleans in the first place. So I actually went for Essence Fest. And as you know, doing Essence Fest is very expensive. The hotels could be $300, $400, $500, $200, whatever the case was. I just did not want to pay that amount, especially since I knew that I was going to be visiting for a couple weeks. So we set on the hostel. There are like 4 or 5 other hostels in the vicinity. But when I looked at the reviews, make sure you look at the reviews, this was the best one for me. And this is why I chose it. So let's get straight into it. When you arrive, it is on Canal Street, which if you've ever been to New Orleans, or even if you haven't, Canal Street is like one of the main streets where there's shops, food, anything you can need is probably on Canal Street. And the cool thing is that it connects to trolleys and different things like that. So I would say it's a great location because you're close enough to the action, but far enough on the end of Canal where it's quiet where the hostel is, okay? So when you walk in, you're going to check in. They are going to give you your key card, which will open up the front door, open up your room, and open up your locker. And so most people want to know, how much does it cost, okay? So I would say during Essence Fest, it was anywhere between $40 to $70, but that's because it's a lot of people, it's crowded. But if there's no festivals or anything going on, the cheapest room I got, which was an 8-bedroom, I believe it was like $25, y'all. So this tells you how affordable a hostel is. They usually have 4, 6, 8 bedrooms, and they also have private bedrooms. So do not forget, people always say, I don't want to share. Well, you don't have to share. And when there's non-festival, I would say the private room is like $75. And when the festival went, it almost shot up to $300. And what I loved about the hostel was sitting in the, the hostel was sitting at the front table. So I would sit at the front table near the door, and I just got a chance to talk to so many people sitting right there, whether they were coming in, leaving. I made a lot of good friends there. I was able to talk to the staff there, just sitting there all night. And either I was talking on the phone or I was doing my work, but it's a great place if you want to meet people. So definitely check out the hostel. And like I said, downstairs, they have different seating areas. There's tables, there's snacks that you can purchase. There's staff pics that shows you what they like in the city. There's a pool table. So there's like little different corners that you can sit in, and I think it's very decorated very nicely. So here are our rooms. You open it with your key card. You have a full-length mirror right here. These are lockers. So your locker is according to your bed. So if you have one, that will be your bottom, which is mine. Let me tell you what I like about these particular beds. They have these nice size, I don't know, duvet covers, whatever the case is. When I tell you you need these because of that up there, it gets cold at night. So these covers are perfect. Put you right to sleep. If you were on the top bunk, you could climb up here. I don't like top bunk shot anymore, but anyway, climb up here and then you hold on to there and hop on. That thing over there, closer, they do have lights over there. And over there, they do have, you probably can't see it, but yes, they have ports so that you can charge your phone while you're sleeping. And they have just benches, and so the benches were nice because I like to put my luggage up. And so this is what you would consider an 8-bedroom. And you also have ports inside your locker. So this is how your locker looks. There's another port right there. And the cool thing is that most hostels you need a lock. Here you do it with your key card and you just twist it like that. So it's really cool. And then you also have 2 things to kind of hang your stuff. Sometimes I will hang my bag. As you can see, people will hang their towels on there. So however you want to do it. And shoes, your shoes just typically go right here. All right, that's the room tour of the hostel. Of course, we want to talk about the bedrooms. People already know what the bedrooms look like. So I stayed in the 6th bedroom, which was all female. And I think the last night I ended up coming back, it was an 8 mixed dorm. And a mixed dorm meaning that it's male and female. So, and I accidentally booked that one. I have no problem staying in the mixed dorm. But if you are uncomfortable with that, then make sure you pick all female or all male dorms. So basically, like I said, downstairs, they're going to give you your number. So your number correlates to your bed and your locker and your hook in the room, okay? So the hook, there's like 2 hooks where you can hang, you know, people hang all kind of stuff. Their towel, jackets, shoes, purses, whatever you want to hang. And so your bed, they're bunk beds, okay? And also make sure that you specify that you want a bottom bunk. If you don't care, then you don't have to specify. I had bottom bunks except for one night. I had the top bunk and I was like, nope, I need to change. So definitely make sure you specify that. There is something they say that can guarantee that you get a bottom bunk is if you click the ADA or disability or something, and that way they have to give you a bottom bunk. If not, I think it's just subject to availability, okay? But once you arrive, let's say I get number 2 bed, right? Number 2 bed, if it's on the bottom, I love the privacy factor. They have a sheet or a curtain, a curtain that goes across. It gives you privacy, and it's great, like, you know, because people are walking in and out of the room all day. You know, if there's a light turn on and you're sleeping, it just provides some type of privacy while you're there. So I think that's cool. And inside your bed, you're going to have a towel. You're going to have the softest blanket. And when I tell you these were the best blankets, and the blankets were perfect because it does get cold in the room because they keep the air on all day. New Orleans is hot if you don't know it. And so I love the covers. They were the perfect amount of warmth. And they were just very comfortable. I don't know what it was about those covers. And you also have a light on there, and you also have your plug where you can plug up your phone. So the hours, quiet hours, I think are from like 11 to 8. Check that. So basically that's just a time where, you know, you're being a little bit more conscientious. Of course, if you have to unpack, if you have to leave, if you have to come in, all those things are normal. That's expected when you're sharing a room. Just don't come in there loud and drunk and, you know, talking on the phone, you know, with those type of hours. But of course, during the daytime, you're free to talk. You're free to not necessarily be loud, but, you know, you don't have to be as quiet. I will say that one of the things that happened to me, which I did not like, was I could not get the booking for 5 days straight. So I would book 2 nights, book another night, book 2 nights. And so what happens is in the system, it caused me to keep changing rooms. So of course I was frustrated by that because then I'll have to go downstairs, take all my luggage, put it in the locker downstairs, and then wait until, you know, whatever, 3 o'clock. But I will say with changing rooms, I got a chance to meet new people. And when meeting new people, the first couple days, this girl was like, hey, I'm Tiffany from California. I pulled the curtain back going, I'm Tiffany from California. So I hung out with her and a bunch of other girls for the next 3 days. Then I moved rooms, and there was 2 other young ladies that I ended up hanging out. We ended up going out to dinner, I think 2 nights, as a matter of fact. And so I definitely feel like switching rooms was actually good for me. But if you don't want that to happen, definitely try to book them all at one time so that doesn't occur. The other cool thing about the lockers, most hostels, you have to bring your own personal key. I did bring a lock and key, but you didn't need it. So this was super cool. They up on date with technology. All you need was your key card to actually lock your thing, and that's a game changer, especially if you forget it, because most places you have to end up buying one. I will say the cons that happened in the room, another con was I accidentally left my shoes when I was changing rooms. I left out at 11, came back at 8 o'clock to see if I could locate the shoes. The shoes were gone. These are old Skechers, y'all. I don't know why anybody would want them, but apparently somebody wanted them. They never came up in Lost and Found. And it's a big mystery as to what happens to the shoes. So I will say be careful. Like I said, the shoes were never stolen while I was in the room. It only happened when I left out and switched rooms. So yeah, just be a little bit careful. But other than that, none of my major stuff came up missing. I left my suitcase out unopened and everything was fine. So I don't know what happened with that, but just be a tiny bit careful. That is the room situation. Gender restrooms. So you have a blow dryer here, soap machine. Over there are foot towels you put down there, and then you would drop in the laundry, toilet, paper towels. And then this is your shower. You have stuff to hang up. And this is your shower. Now, I will say the cool thing about the shower, I don't know if it's cool, but eco-friendly. It says, can you take a green shower? So this will literally light up at how many minutes? And I'm sad to say that I never got out in 0 to 3 minutes, or 3 to 5 minutes. It's always 6+. So I don't feel like I'm a long shower taker, but I guess long enough to where I never met the mark. So yeah, these are the bathrooms. They have some rules right there. And yeah. And this, so they have several bathrooms. They have 1, 2, 3. There's some over there. This is the elevator that you go down. So they have so many rooms here. This is another all gender one. But one of these have, a, like an ADA bathroom. I don't know where it's at, but there's an ADA bathroom. LSU Tigers. So you can always take the stairs in if you want. And then there's the ironing nook where you can come in here and iron. Okay. No croissants this morning? No croissants this morning?
Okay.
No croissants this morning?
We had no, we ain't no. I'm sorry, we did have that this morning.
So this right here is the kitchen. You can throw away your trash. They have sinks. As you can see, the soap. They also have sanitizer. That's where you would dry your dishes at. They have a microwave. They have an oven. They have pots. They have pilots where you can cook at. I did not cook at all while I was there. We have another microwave. They have these large refrigerators. There's some rules right there. At the top, you see it's free for guests. And the next rows are for you to place your food in there. And I placed lots of food in there. It was fine. That was actually my water and my food right there. And you got napkins. And you just got a lot of seating space. There was always a space to sit down. It was never too many people in there. That is a little window to downstairs. In this room, I actually never hung out in this room, but this room had a TV in there, and you could also just lounge out in here. You see they have lots of space for sitting as well. They also have a book that you can sign that I did not sign, by the way. But I thought it was a nice little touch to be able to express your thoughts from people around the world. So you can color or just write a cute little note. Some people are very artistic, I can see. And again, just sit out and you can like look down below to the entranceway. All right, let's talk about breakfast. So this hostel does offer a continental breakfast. So they offer stuff like boiled eggs. They have like fruit, could be like banana, orange, or apple. They also have different types of bread that you can toast. So bagels, croissants, regular bread. They also have packets. You may feel some type of way about this. I actually like the packets though, even though I didn't eat it while I was there. Packets of grits and packets of oatmeal. So if you do not want to spend money on breakfast in New Orleans, it's a great way to fill yourself up with something small and then, just eat lunch or just eat it dinner. So I think that's really great. They have the policy where you wash your own dishes. So whatever dish you use, you wash it at the sink. And dry it and put it back on the counter. They also have 2 large refrigerators. So what you do is if you bring in your food from dinner, you would put your name on the little tag. And I think it says when you're leaving and when you enter. That makes when people are cleaning up, they don't throw your food away if they see the date on there. I never got my food stolen. Somebody said that somebody went in their food and actually took a bite of their food and they noticed it because they hadn't eaten that portion of the food and they were looking forward to finishing their food. Again, that was not my personal experience. So honestly, you just never know. And I actually bought a big old case of water. Nobody ever touched the water. And it was funny because I left for almost 4 or 5 days and I came back, that water was still there. So again, I guess it just depends on what's in there. I don't know. And then they have a top section where I guess people leave stuff behind. So that's like salad, dressing, cheese, whatever the case is, like kind of like the condiments, which is cool. That means I would check the refrigerator before you go and purchase anything. They also have a microwave so you can cook a whole full dinner in there if you like. So I think that space is a really good space. They also have a water filter where you can fill the water. Like I said, it gets very hot in New Orleans. So I think the dining kitchen area and always stay clean. So that was a good thing. You always see cleaners in there, and then you're also responsible for your own cleaning as well. Hey y'all, I am at the HI Hostel. I am currently doing washing. You can iron your clothes. I guess you can fold if you want. Washer, dryer. Here's my clothes. And the washer is only $3. And that gives you washer and dryer access. And then they also give you these pods, which I've never used before. So apparently you just throw them in. And I guess they dissolve. So, yeah, you can't get this at most places. So, yeah. So again, I would say do not knock the word hostel. I know it seems strange. I know it may seem weird, but I'm telling you, hostels can be so much fun. And this is the reason why I think I love the hostel. I met so many people while I was there during the week. And so as a solo traveler, I didn't feel solo at all. Like I always had somebody to go out with. Like we exchanging numbers, like, hey girl, where you at? Let's go hang out on Bourbon Street. I think the last night that I was there, I met a young lady from, her family's from Ghana. We hung out on Frenchman Street. And there was just so many people that I met, and it was all because I stayed in the hostel. Now, my experience would have been different if I stayed in the hotel. People are not really downstairs like that. They stick to themselves. There's just no way I would have met all these wonderful people that I came across. So I highly recommend the hostel if you are ever in New Orleans. Like I said, if you don't like the idea of sharing, you can always make sure that you get a private room and you can still get the experience of a hotel, but surrounded by other people. Like when you come downstairs, the staff was pretty great. Like I said, I talked to them many of nights. Some of them were super good. Shout out to Vincent, Naomi, Mark with a K. These are all the wonderful people that helped me while I was there. I don't remember all the other staff, but everybody was just really, really nice and helpful. So definitely check it out. Oh, I forgot to mention really quickly, there's also a restaurant next door that you can go to. Latin food kind of flair. Delicious. Go check it out. So I hope you visit the hostel in New Orleans. If you have any questions, let me know. And let me know if you've actually stayed here and what was your experience. All right. Peace.